तो देखिए यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन क्या बोल रहा है, ए बॉब ऑफ हेवी मास एम इज सस्पेंडेड बाई ए लाइट स्ट्रिंग ऑफ लेंथ एल, द बॉब इज गिवन ए हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी वी नॉट एज शोन इन द फिगर। यहाँ पर एक बॉब है, उसको एक हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी वी नॉट दिया गया है एज शोन इन द फिगर। इफ द स्ट्रिंग गेट्स slack at point P, making at angle theta from the horizontal, the ratio of the V of the bob at point P to initial speed V naught। यहाँ पर जो V है, यहाँ पर जो स्पीड है, वेलोसिटी है, और यहाँ पर जो वेलोसिटी है उसका रेशियो मांग रहा है, ठीक है ना बेटा। तो पहले तो हमको क्या करना है, हम जानते हैं, नो दैट, थोड़ा हम सर्कुलर मोशन के बारे में जान लेते हैं पहले, ठीक है ना। There is circle and this is your center point, okay na, this is your center point and it's your radius r। ভালো লাগে না, তোমার কিস্তা ভালো লাগে না, কি করে সারাক্ষণ ভায়া ভায়া, আমার কিস্তা ভালো লাগে না, ঘুরতে যাব, টাকা লাগে টাকা, that is the কেউ ভালোবাসে না। হয় কি এটা রেকর্ড হচ্ছে নাকি? হায় 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 হায়, কবি তো। So here okay, it is the bob here, it is the bob here, that is the bob, and the velocity of this bob is given in the lowest point of this circular path is v naught, given that is v naught, that is given v naught, okay, and here is a point P. So we know if this creates angle, it creates an angle theta from this position, here is a position theta, okay na, this is the angle theta, this is the angle theta, okay, here this is the angle theta rotation, okay, so and this is the tangential acceleration of the bob given as v, that is v, okay. Suppose that if there is now after a time interval, it is the bob is here, the mass of this bob acting is along this direction, the weight of the bob along this direction this direction, that is mg, that is mass m, and that is gmg is the weight. So this angle creates theta, that is also a tension force acting here in this direction in the string, that is string. Okay na? That means, wait a second, it is the direction. If it's like that, then it will also theta, it will also angle theta. So that is mg cos theta, mg cos theta, mg cos theta, and this, that is in this direction, it is the direction of mg sin theta. That is mg sin theta. Okay, so now to understand the dynamics, okay, and net force on the body at P acting along, that is body P, you can assume that body P, that is P, body P. The net force on the body is along the the net force on the body at P acting along PO direction, acting along the PO direction, that is point O, that is tension, net tension. Okay na? So this force acting along this direction, PO direction, this provides the centripetal acceleration, or yes, that is centripetal acceleration on centripetal force. So we can write the equation for this question, that T minus mg cos theta, that provides mg cos theta, mg cos theta write it here. The equation will be T minus mg sin theta, mg cos theta mg cos theta that provides us the mv square upon r, that is the required equation. mv square by r, that is the force, that is the centripetal force, mv square by r. Okay, this force T minus mg cos theta, this force provides the necessary centripetal force mv square by r required by the body, where v is the linear velocity of the body at p, that is the point p point. Okay, so now you can find the t is equals to mv square by r, mv square by r plus mg sin theta, sorry, mg cos theta, mg cos theta. Okay, mg cos theta. Okay, t will be, now t will be minimum, now t will be minimum, t will be minimum when, t will be minimum when, t will be minimum when, t will be minimum, that is very t will be minimum t will be minimum when cos theta is equals, cos theta minimum, when cos theta is minimum, when cos theta is minimum, cos theta is minimum. That means theta is equals to 180 degree, or cos theta is equals to -1 at theta is equals to 180 degree, at theta is equals to 180 degree, at theta is equals to 180 degree, cos theta will be minimum, cos theta will be minimum, cos theta will be minimum, theta will be minimum. Cos theta will be minimum for this case when theta is equals to 180 degree. Now from here, that is where the tension will be minimum, tension in this case, in this position, T will be minimum. Now for T minimum, T min for T min for T min mv square by r mv square by r, that is, if I put the theta is -1, theta is 180 degree, then the T minimum will be mg minus mg, mv square by r minus mg. Okay, now the body will move along the vertical circle only when T minimum greater than 0 or greater equal to 0. When T greater equal to 0, when T greater is equal to 0, only for this case the body will move along the vertical circle. Okay, if 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 T mean if T mean sorry T mean greater than the T mean, okay, that is T mean. T mean should be T mean T mean should be greater equal to 0 for move along the vertical circle. If T mean if T mean is less than 0 in that case the string will slack and the body will fall down from the height h. Okay, you can assume the height that is h. Okay, that is height h. Okay, or that is that point h. That point h, you can say that point is h. Okay, so now for completing the vertical circle, that means for looping the loop, T mean or completing the circular loop, T mean should be greater equal to 0, na? That is already told. I already told you about it. That means m T mean means mv square mv square mvh square, you can say mvh square, that is h, you can say at point velocity at point h. Okay, na? Okay, or height h. So mv square, you can say mv square by r, vh or v, you can say minus mg greater equal to 0, should be greater equal to 0 for. So the velocity will be, wait a second, so the velocity should be velocity square, or a should be greater equal to, you can say, root over rg na, root over rg, root over rg. What is the physical meaning of that line? That means when t is minimum, t minimum greater equal to 0, then the velocity should be greater equal to root over rg. Okay, velocity should be root over rg. That means when tension is 0, at that point, the velocity should be root over rg. I have already written here. Okay, okay. Now if I apply principle of conservation of energy, then in this position you only have the kinetic energy half mv naught square, that is the half m v naught square, that is equals to half m vh square. In that point, in this point, you can say, in this point, when the body is in this point, according to the conservation of energy, the half m vh square, or v square, you can say vh, h is the height of the vh square plus the potential energy for this height mg into 2r, that is the mg into 2r, height कितना है 2r from the point L, you can say this point is L. Okay, that is the reference point. So here there is a v naught now, that is v naught. I have already taken the velocity v naught here. Okay, so the v naught is equals to greater is equals to, can say greater is equals to root over 5 gl na? You can calculate from here, this comes out to be root over 5 gr. That is the minimum velocity at point O, and you can say L, okay na? At point L. Okay, root over 5 gr. For maximum tension, theta will be maximum, that means +1. So theta will be 0 at the maximum tension. Theta will be 0. That means cos theta is equals to +1. So T max is equals to TL greater is equals to m by r 5gr plus mg. That means TL greater is equals to 6 mg. Okay, you can say from here T max is equals to TL na. T max, when T max means cos theta is equals to 1, sorry, cos theta is equals to -1, cos theta is equals to +1, theta is equals to 0. That means T max comes out to be mv square by r, mv square upon r plus mg plus mg. When theta is 0, that means that is TL, tension along L, that is TL comes to be mv square by r, mv square mvl square or v naught square, you can say v naught here, v naught here, square by r plus mg. Okay, so we know that VL is equals to, or V naught is equals to root over 5gr. V naught is equals to root over 5gr. You can put it here. So TL must be greater equal to, that must be greater equal to mv naught square upon mv naught square upon r plus mg. Obvious for looping. So TL will be greater equal to V naught, the value of V naught is equals to root over 5gr. So V naught square is equals to 5gr, m into 5gr by r is r cancel out plus mg, 5 mg plus mg. You can say TL must be greater equal to 6 mg for a looping. Okay, you can calculate from here. Okay, if you want to measure the velocity at any point m, at a point m, which is the midpoint, theta is equals to 90 degree, then you can conserve the energy. Okay, you can use the conservation of energy, and the velocity of at the point at 90 degree, it will be root over 3 gr. You can do that. Okay now, so the velocity at point, at any point, midpoint, that means in this point, velocity in this point, velocity in this point, velocity in this point, that is the velocity, okay now, vm, which is tangent from this position, let's say it is position m. This vm will be root over 3gr, root over 3gr, root over 3gr, that will be root over 3gr, root over 3gr. Okay na? That is vm, which is root over, comes out root over 3gr if you applied the conservation of energy. If you apply conservation of energy, you can easily calculate this expression from here. Okay, now that is root over 3gr, this point is h, the vh is equals to, in this direction, vh in this direction, vh will be in this direction, which is vh is equals to root over gr, is equals to root over gr, root over g r will be the velocity. Okay, you can find the tension also, the tension here. Okay na, by this process, in this process you can also measure the tm. Okay, okay, so now in this question says that a bob of heavy mass m is suspended a light string of length l. The bob is given a horizontal velocity v0 as shown in the figure. If the string gets slack at a point p, making an angle theta from the horizontal, ratio of the speed v of the bob at point p to its initial speed v0, that is v0 is the initial velocity. Okay, that is the initial velocity, and this is the point p. Okay, so when it said that if the string gets slack at some point p, in this point, the string gets slack. यहाँ पर क्या हो रहा है, स्ट्रिंग स्लैक हो रहा है, मतलब इसके ऊपर T0 हो जा रहा है, ठीक है ना। तो एट फर्स्ट तो हम क्या करेंगे, इसके ऊपर देखिए ये थीटा है, इसके ऊपर एक क्या काम करेगा, एक mg काम करेगा इन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन, mg इसका एक मास होगा इन द डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन, क्या काम करेगा, mg काम करेगा, mg। और इस तरफ टेंशन भी काम कर रहा है, जो क्या ज़ीरो है, t इज इक्वल्स टू ज़ीरो है। तो यहाँ पर ये हो गया 9, ये अगर थीटा है, ये अगर 90 है, तो ये 90 माइनस थीटा, तो ये वाला हो जाएगा mg साइन थीटा, mg साइन थीटा, mg साइन थीटा, mg साइन थीटा। तो बोल रहा है ए बॉब ऑफ हैवी मास एम इज सस्पेंडेड बाय स्लाइड स्ट्रिंग लेंथ एल, द बॉब इज गिवन ए हॉरिजॉन्टल वेलोसिटी v नॉट shown in the figure. If the string gets slack at some point p, make angle theta from the horizontal, the ratio of the velocity v naught of the bob and p at point p to its initial velocity v naught, that is it is the direction of velocity v naught, and that's called v, I can say v is the v, okay na. So right now you can solve the question here, that mg sin theta, mg sin theta, mg sin theta, mg sin theta is the force, mg sin theta is the force which provide the centripetal force, which provides the centripetal force, which provides the centripetal force, okay, that is L. So m cancel out, so gl is equals to v square by sin theta, v square upon sin theta, okay. That is sin theta. Okay, now from conservation of energy, here only the kinetic energy be there at the point m, at this point, at the lowest point, the velocity, the energy only for kinetic energy half m v naught square, which is given here, and at point this is equal to the energy here. What will be the energy here? That is half mv square, half m v square plus mgh, that is m g h will be the L plus L sin theta, y L sine theta y L sine theta, that will be so here m cancel out from here, that is v naught square by 2, that is v naught square by 2 is equals to v square by 2 v square by 2 v square by 2 plus gl plus gl sine theta plus gl sine theta gl sine theta. Okay, now you can say v naught square by 2 v naught square by 2 is equals to v square by 2 plus gl, what is the value of gl? V square by sine theta, that is v square upon sine theta plus gl sine theta sine theta. Okay, so now from here gl sine theta na. Okay, no problem, I have to drop this portion. Okay, now v square upon sine theta, that is gl. Okay, no problem. Further proceeding further, v naught square by 2 naught square by 2 is equal minus v square by 2 square by 2, that will be v square plus gl sine square theta gl sine square theta sine square theta gl sine square theta, and this will by sine theta here. Sine theta, there is v square minus v square equals to 2v square 2v square plus 2gl 2gl sine square theta square theta by sine theta. Okay. V naught square minus v square, you put this here. Okay, v naught square okay. I have done a big mistake. It is not that type. Okay, done a mistake for this situation. It is very clearly I have done a mistake. I have to put the value of v square. Okay, so that is v naught square by 2, v naught square by 2 is equals to half into value of g square, v square is equals to gl sine theta, gl sine theta. It will be very easy for that. Okay na, plus gl plus gl sine theta, gl sine theta sine theta, and you can put gl is equals to v square by sine theta, but I can put right after some time. So v square by 2 is equals to 3 by 2 gl sine theta 3 by 2 gl sine theta plus gl. Okay, now that gl sine theta is v square, so v naught square by 2 is equals to 3 by 2 v square, 3 by 2 v square. You can write here v square plus gl is not here, that's why we have to rotated by v square, GL is equals to v square by sin theta na. You can put it here and common out v square from this equation. V naught square by 2, and you can common out GL sin theta. Is it okay? GL sin theta, okay. V square GL sin theta plus GL sin theta, okay. Now you can common out v square from here, that is 3 by 2 plus 1 by sin theta, 1 by sin theta from here. I think I am close to the answer. Now I have to rub it. That means v naught square upon v square is equals to 2 into 3 by 2 plus 1 by sin theta, 1 by sin theta. Sin theta, okay. Now from this you can say v naught square by v square is equals to 3 plus 1 by 2 sin theta 3 by 3 plus 2 by sin theta, 3 plus 2 by sin theta by sin theta that means 3 sin theta implies that 3 sin theta plus 2, 3 sin theta 3 sin theta plus 2, 3 sin theta plus 2 by sin theta that is the ratio of v naught square by v square. If you inverse of Okay, if you rub it, if you inverse, you can do inverse of this v square by v naught square, that will be this will be this will be sine theta sine theta sine theta by 2 plus 3 sine theta, 2 plus 3 sine theta. It's sine theta. If you root over root it, that will be v by v naught, root over sine theta by 2 plus 3 sine theta. That means that is the right answer of this question. Okay.